Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going over the top teams for the NOVIK Ravaged run for the Aurora squad. As you can tell, we are rank 1. We hit almost 134 billion damage with the Harak team. However, people have hit up to 135 billion damage today. But the good news is there's a team that I ran without Harak in it, and we got 122 billion damage with that team. Which shows that even if you don't have Harak, there are still decent options out there for you, and we're going to recap basically all the teams. So for the non-Harak teams, I did some testing with Blade Summon Artifact on team number 1, and then I switched it to Surging, and Surging seemed to consistently be doing better. Now there are 3 different team versions depending on which heroes you want to run, but I'll lead it off with this one, which got 119 billion damage. So this is going to be using Cassadee. You'll need to have Cassadee at Mythic Plus. If you don't have Cassadee at Mythic Plus, you can swap her for Mirael in the same position, and it does sometimes even better. I'm going to show you the score of that as well. But basically, Real Fresto in front of Sonya, Illusion in front of the Real Fresto, you have Lucius in the corner, Mirael and Cassadee on the faction talent tiles with the Surging spell because it protects your team, and it just seemed like this was doing better for me with the non-Harak teams. Okay, now if you do not have Lucius, you can replace him with Faye. Basically, Faye or Lucius are taking the same position in this team and the Harak team as well. So, depending on which, you can try both, or you can just use one of them. I didn't have any charms on Lucius, but ideally you'd give him the wizard charms, because that gives him ultimate power. And yeah, I'm pretty surprised that this did so well because I only have plus 10 exclusive equipment on Mirael. There are people out there who have plus 15 Mirael. And she's going to have the overloaded charms. Cassadee with the acute charms, the 2 blades are doing the best. Arcane charms onto Sonya. And Fresto with the sorcery charms. So that is going to be basically this team setup. And yeah, I can get a pretty decent score. And like we said, you can replace Cassadee for Mirael or for Vala even. Basically, whichever light bearer damage dealer you have. And if you're running Cassadee, make sure she's Mythic Plus or above. And you can replace Lucius for Faye. For team number 2, so this is something which was recommended by some people who were testing to run the Soulbound artifact because it allows better protection of the Hugin and the Sinbad. And so for people who have like a lower ascension Sinbad or even Hugin, if they're like Mythic Plus or Supreme and you're having survival issues, Soulbound does seem good. And from my testing, Soulbound did pretty much almost always as much as Harmonic spell, which is the other option for this team, but Soulbound seems to be more safe and reliable. So this is a great idea you can have, and we had the blast charms onto Hugin, but mystic charms are also doing really good for him. And Corin, I have these charms, however, these basically healing charms. However, it is actually better to run the Insight Charms. Insight Charms are doing better for the Corin. I just happen to have these charms that both are fine and kind of recommended, but the Insight Charms do seem to be better because it'll increase Corin's damage a little bit. But this allows him to have more shielding value and protection. And then Sinbad with the Gale Charms and try to refine them because his damage is insane. His damage in this NOVIK boss is crazy. So if you can refine them, that would be good. Yeah, so I had the blast charms onto Hugin. I thought that would be better because like the enemy, your ally is going to be leaving the mechanized bond tile. But people are doing really well with the mystic charms as well. So you can try both, whichever one you have. Theoretically, blast should make the most sense, but in practice, I don't really know. Okay, so that is basically this team that's got 119 billion damage, and looking up, we got 122 billion damage, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. And the only swap we made was swapping Mirael for the Cassadee, and we have Mirael with the sorcery charms. And for her set, it can be either sorcery or, again, the acute, the 2 blades, whichever one you have. I'm not sure which one is better. And she's only plus 10 exclusive equipment, but she's actually demolishing this. Like, this is crazy. Look at her damage output. And, like, she's even outperforming Cassadee, which is good because a lot of people don't have Cassadee built or maybe not up to Mythic Plus. But hopefully a lot of people have Mythic Plus or even ideally Supreme Plus is what you want for Mirael because you need to have that Supreme Plus skill upgrade. That is going to make a big difference. If you don't have that, then probably this won't be the greatest team. So I want to take a look at this replay, but I'm just going to show you one other setup. So this is if you want to run Faye. Now it actually did worse for me, Faye rather than Lucius. So it seems like Lucius is doing better in this right corner position, but Faye also for some people is doing better, so it's up to you which one you want to run, but it does seem like Lucius is doing better, so I would probably stick to him. Okay, let's take a look at the replay of this team with the Mirael, just to see how fast she is casting because of her Supreme Plus skill upgrade. Yeah, look at this. Look at that attack speed. That's going to help you break through the Protector Sigil more rapidly of the NOVIK boss and also increase their damage output as well. So Mirael really wants to have the Supreme Plus skill upgrade, otherwise probably Cassadee would be better, but with the Supreme Plus skill upgrade, she's outperforming Cassadee, and you saw on this account, Paragon 2 Cassadee plus 20 exclusive equipment is getting stomped by Mirael at plus 10 exclusive equipment Supreme Plus. So that is good. But run the Lucius, it does seem like that's better. And Surging Spell just going to protect and also deal some decent damage as well. Yeah, I don't know, because you can try Blade Summon Artifact on this team number 1. Basically, people have tried both. However, look at this. Mirael gets low on health, and like the Surging Spell can provide some protection. Like, look, she's almost bursted here. So maybe if you have great RNG, Blade Summon, everyone can live as well. But it does seem like Surging definitely helps you protect your team and keep them alive. So for the majority of players, I would recommend it like this. Okay, this is good though. And 122 billion damage when the top score of today is 135 with the max Paragon 4 account Harak. 122, and we got it on our first run of that comp, of this comp basically. That is really promising. And honestly, basically if you don't have Harak, you can still be somewhat competitive if you have a Supreme Plus Mirael. So this is what I would definitely recommend. And we don't even have the charms onto Lucius. We have these charms onto Corrin, which might not be ideal. Okay, now what I would need to show you is that there is a different lineup for the team number 2 with Corrin and Sinbad. So let me just show you over here where we got 133 billion damage with the Harak team. I'm just going to show this as an example of Corrin and Sinbad with the Harmonic spell, and you can run this and it still does well. For some people it might do better than the Soulbound version, but Soulbound seemed really consistent to me. And here you would want to have Insight Charms under Corrin, but like I don't have them. This damage wasn't so great, honestly. 60 billion when like in the other comps when I've run Soulbind, like it can get up to 61 billion or more. But anyway, now I'm going to show you the all-time highest score I believe that we got, which is going to be this one. And this is going to be the Harak team. So team number 1 using Harak and Mirael with the Blade Summon Artifact. Now, people have tried different formations. First of all, for some people, Lucius is doing better than Faye. I tried both. They were doing kind of similarly, but there's RNG as well. The Harak team is going to be quite reliant on RNG to do quite a few runs. Some people say Lucius is better than Faye. Some people say Faye is better. It's hard to say, but Lucius or Faye in this position is both good. If you run Faye, you can give her these whatever charms, wizard charms, I believe, but it doesn't matter that much. And some people have Harak on where the Mirael is, swap the position of Harak and Mirael, and have Harak on the left tile and Mirael on the right tile. It's up to you which one you want to try. Some people that's working better, but other than that, Real Festo in front of Sonya Illusion in front of Real Festo, that is going to be the same. Yeah, and of course, if you have a higher upgraded Mirael, like plus 15, this is going to have higher damage. And the people who do get the 135 billion damage today, they have a plus 15 Mirael. So it might not even be possible on this account to hit that 135 billion. But we got really close to 134 billion with this comp. And then team number 2 is going to be Soulbind, and Sinbad and Hugin going to get the benefit of that Soulbind. And again, I had the Blast Charms onto Hugin, but Mystic can also work if needed. And you're going to see the damage here that it's about almost 61 billion damage. Yeah, basically 61 billion damage, and that is really good. Okay, so that is basically it for the top teams. I'll just show you the Harak replay here to see it in action. But I think the only difference and weakness of my lineup is the fact that, and oh, by the way, Butcher Charms onto Harak. I didn't show you that, but it should be in the charm priority that I have on the side. And Mirael with the overloaded charms, I think you guys saw that. Sonya with the arcane charms, as always. Festo with sorcery charms, and Faye, you guys saw those, the wizard charms, but it doesn't really matter. Faye, Lucius, their charms don't really seem to matter, honestly. So don't worry about it too much. Okay, but yeah, this comp, if you have the plus 15 Mirael, that's what you're going to need to maximize the damage score. But you're going to see the RNG here that Mirael needs to remain alive for a lot of the fight. Faye does give a nice healing to the Mirael. That's going to allow her to survive for longer, and that's why Faye might be the better choice compared to Lucius, but Lucius gives shielding as well. So both are good. Okay, now Mirael goes down with 30 seconds left, and it will just be down to the Harak to deal as much damage as he can. Oh, well, Sonya's actually still alive here. But, yeah, I wonder, honestly, I don't know, but you could try Surging Spell even on this comp. I don't know if anyone has tried it, because it's better for the non-Harak team, it seems to be. But it could also be RNG, and we got 73 billion damage with this team number 1. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for the top teams you can run for Aurora squad. Hopefully using these teams you're able to get a top score. The key heroes are Sinbad Mythic Plus. That is really important because the team number 2 is going to rely on him. Even if your Hugin is not highly ascended, that's fine. Just run the Soulbind alternative. That probably is a better comp because it will help keep your team protected for better. And then run that. And for team number 1, if you have Harak, great, use Harak. If you don't have Harak, use the non-Harak team with Mirael Supreme Plus. Does seem to be doing the best. That got 122 billion damage for us, which is actually a really good score. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That was going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.